Diane from House Quilts, and today I'm going to tell you the story of a table runner that happened because Scrap Club had a challenge. And what we had to do was go to our stash and take something that we had avoided using. We might love it, and we were waiting for that perfect pattern, and the perfect pattern never shows up, or we just never got to it, or we were waiting to add to it. Didn't matter. We had to come up with something. So I have this table runner, and it's made out of 2.5 by 5 inch pieces and 2.5 inch squares. Super simple. You can make it out of you can take a charm pack, cut it in half, there's your 2.5 by 5, and buy a little mini charm pack, which is 2.5 inch squares, and you are set to go. You can take 2.5 inch strip roll and just chop off 5 inch pieces, 2.5 inch pieces, and you can make it any size you want, so just cut enough pieces for the size that you want. Okay, so what we did was, here's my 2.5 by 5s, and I mixed them randomly, I sewed them together in pairs, and then I would pick up 2 pairs and make them into a 4, and then I would add another 2 to the 4 to get a 6. And I decided that was a pretty decent width for a table runner. So then with some that I had cut in half, I did the same thing. I sewed them in 2s, made it a 4, and then made it a 6. And then when that was done, I alternated rows, so 5 inch, 2.5 inch, and I'm going to turn that around because I see too light here and I don't like them lined up. So I'm going to go this way. And then you would just keep going. This one obviously isn't done, but you just keep alternating rows of the 5 inches and the 2.5 inches. And I got my final runner over here. I have 5 rows of the big ones and 4 rows of the small ones, and that's because the pack I had was actually 2 pieces short. I had to go looking to see if I could find 2 pieces of fabric that went well enough. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are. I think it works in okay. Then I decided I wanted a little bit of a border just to have it a little bit wider. So with this one I had a green that worked, and I cut the border the same 2.5 inch width because it just felt like the right balance. Put it on and I have a nice table runner. And I decided to use sort of a modern style of quilting when I did it. And I just have a kind of up and down, you can maybe see it here a little bit better. And I didn't mark it, I just winged it and did it. And then I decided for the border, I thought a long time, didn't know what I wanted to do, and I just decided to follow the line of the piecing out to the border. Instead of I didn't want anything curvy. I wanted it all straight lines. So it's unnamed at this point, but it was a fun idea, nice and quick, and it would be a really fun thing to do with any kind of a 2.5 inch piece you have lying around. Happy quilting from House Quilts.